What you're doing is potentially exposing yourself to an excess accumulation of inflammation.
What's up? 筋肉翻訳です。さあ今日はやりすぎたら筋肥大はしないボリュームの最適な選択方法見ていきましょう。トレーニング追い込んでいますか？その追い込んでる基準はどんなものでしょうか？もう全身に力が入らない。対象の部位に力が入らない。筋肉がつりそうになる。いろいろと基準はありますよね。今回は多すぎるボリュームの良くない点とボリュームの考え方についてベンさんが教えてくれています。どう考えていけばいいのでしょうか？早速見ていきましょう。どうぞ。
What's up, ladies and gents? Ben Pekulski here. I have a question for you today, and it's a bit of a controversial one. Do you think your training is preventing you from making gains? So most people go in the gym week after week, month after month, year after year, and they're doing a very similar looking workout. It's the same stimulus, it's the same loading parameters. Sometimes people will change the exercises for muscle confusion, which is a 40-year-old abstract principle. Most importantly, by subjecting your body to the same stimulus over and over, and maybe even more importantly than that, the same stimulus that isn't actually going directly on your muscles, what you're doing is potentially exposing yourself to an excess accumulation of inflammation. So what does that mean? Well, when I'm training, I'm subjecting my body to inflammation, and if I'm not getting the results that I want, what do? I increase the volume. I increase the amount of work. So what's that going to do? That's going to increase the amount of inflammation response from your workouts. So if I'm training a little bit, inflammation is good. Inflammation is part of the growth process. If I have to train too much to get the stimulus that I'm after, guess what happens? Inflammation is really high. Negative catabolic hormones are going to be very high. We're going to drive insulin resistance up, so my body doesn't take carbohydrates as well. So it's this whole negative cascade of things that inevitably is going to happen from doing too much stimulus. That's a really bad thing, and it's also very common. So it's really important that you guys get the job done with the lowest possible amount of work. It's the lowest stimulus threshold. So what's stimulus threshold? Stimulus threshold is the amount of work necessary to induce growth or induce a response, whether that be strength, metabolic response, or hypertrophy response. The lowest possible amount is what you're after. If you're doing more than that, we're just unnecessarily driving up inflammatory hormones. What is inflammatory hormones correlated with? Increased cortisol, insulin resistance, fat gain, and fat retention. That sounds like a terrible place to be.
さあ、いかがでしたでしょうか？多すぎる刺激は筋肥大を阻害する様々な原因を作ってしまう。だから最低限の刺激で終わらせることが重要ということですね。ただ、この必要最低限判断基準が難しいと思います。僕の判断基準としてはパンプが持続しているかどうか、そしてマッスルマインドコネクションなど集中力が持続しているかどうか、こういったことを目安にして無駄なトレーニングをしないように気をつけています。ただ、もっと雑な表現をするのであれば、トレーニング中級者までであれば、思いっきり力を込めて動作が行えるうちは、もっとやってもいいのかなと思います。みんなはどう感じますか？コメント欄で教えてください。最後まで見ていただいてありがとうございます。ここでみんなに質問です。もし僕が実際に海外に行ったら、どんな企画、どんなものが見たいですか？コメント欄で教えてください。感想や動画のリクエスト、チャンネル登録お待ちしています。ではまた。
I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when you're gone. Don't hesitate to call me back. 'Cause you're